You go against me in the square circle. Let my hands do the talking, I let you do the verbal. Eat this knuckle sandwich that a Chico about to serve you. Better listen up, the other team been talking tough. DJ Tony grabbed the mic cause this dude will not shut up. Ain't no standing name count, but I think I've had enough. In the famous words of Jeff Houston, time to knuckle up. Bones to dome, it's time to knuckle up. Bones to dome, it's time to knuckle up. Take me up, I've been throwing uppercuts. Bones to dome podcast, turn me up. It's time to knuckle up. You know it. With DJ Tony, time to knuckle up. Jeff Houston, it's time to knuckle up. I am Vince Serrano.
It's all about you. It's how you knuckle up. It's about how you make yourself different from the rest.
It's time to knuckle up. It's time to knuckle up.
Yo, what's up? We finally got my main man back in the studio, Mr. Live Worldwide. How's it going tonight?
Are you kidding, Tony? I am back in the saddle. I am back here in my home base, Loudmouth Central. The soundproofing is around me. The webcam is that much clearer. The move is finally done. I've been away for the past 2 weeks. As many of you know, I was getting ready to move back here to the great state of Texas. Well, the move was successful. Loudmouth Central is back, and I am back with my man, DJ Tony, Bones to Domes. Everybody watching, happy Halloween to everyone.
Oh, yeah. What a great Halloween it's been so far. Took the kids out earlier and just got back in the house. They got a whole half of a sleeping bag full of candy, so they'll be good.
They're working on a sugar coma. They're working on the beginning of a very, very good sugar coma.
Yeah, so everything was good. I had one of my daughters was Ghostface from Scream. The other one was the girl from Clueless. And
which
the
one?
Other one,
Cher, the main
Cher.
one.
Yep, Cher, yeah.
All right.
Well, I guess either one. You know, they both had that like plaid outfit, so either one. And the other, and then my oldest was a cheerleader from Halloween Town. So
nice.
They all had fun.
Now, what about you? Now, you told me just a second ago what you wanted to dress up as. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and let our fellow subscribers what you were going to be rocking for Halloween?
I was going to be Mr. Clean, but just didn't happen in time, unfortunately. Kids got here early, and
the bald cap and everything.
No, I was just going to go bald. I was just going to shave my head bald, and like I do from time to time, and wear the all white and go out there with the good old Mr. Clean spray bottle or something. But
we should have had like Jerry Lawler, commentating you shaving that. He's shaving his head, JR. I can't believe it. Oh, he's shaving his head.
I did that like 2 years ago, or probably 2 or 3 years ago. The first time I shaved my head bald, I went live, and everybody was like, "You're crazy. What are you doing?"
Cue ball.
I like it though. I'll probably go back again soon. Well, maybe not now. Well, yeah, I'll probably do it now and then let it grow back out for Utah.
Oh, you can get away with it.
I'll need that hair in Utah.
Yeah. That's going to be something. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We got to go ahead and look at the master plan with what we've got. Happy to be back in the saddle, and also very happy to have our next guest. Our next guest is somebody who has been kind of an enigma to me at the beginning, and his development throughout Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship has just been astronomical. This guy, such a likable guy, but I can definitely see the violent undertones that we are going to see in Utah not too long from now. But he's a violent guy. He's a nice guy. He likes to shed blood and everything like that. So let's bring him in.
Whoa. First we have to wait. We have to wait on.
Wow.
I know.
Premature detonation. I was about ready to blow that shit up. And you put the brakes on at the. Come on, Tony. You put on the brakes at the introduction. You could have stopped me 30 seconds ago, brother.
It's all right,
Wow.
You haven't been here for a while, so
Oh, I see.
So the practice round.
Okay. So missing 2 shows, you think that I need the practice round? You know, you're talking to Mr. Live Worldwide. I don't need no fucking practice round. What's wrong with you? Shit.
I got his manager calling him, so he said he's
Okay.
called him 2 times, 3 times.
Well, I mean, I can understand. I
texting me
I
now.
can understand his delay. He got a big mountain to climb coming up in December in Utah. That's for sure. You know, so it's going to be fun stuff. We got so much to talk to him about. I know that we may not have the most viewers as of right now because it is Halloween. We do understand that everybody's out there with their kids, they're having a good time and such. So for those of you who take the time to check us out live, we certainly do appreciate your time and joining us on this awesome Halloween.
That, and you weren't you weren't here last week, so you don't know, but Facebook decided that they wanted to violate my page for a post that I did back in 2020. So we can't even use Facebook for another like 2 weeks. It blocked me.
Wait.
I'm going live on Facebook for a post
and they decided to pull that shit on you. That was 3 years ago.
Literally 2020, like the summer of 2020. I posted this picture. I mean, I understand, I guess, why they freaking did it, but it was basically a little kid like peeing. Those the pictures where they have like back in the days, and like everybody had them in their bathrooms, the sports ones of like the kids like peeing on other football teams' helmets or whatever. Calvin, what's his name? Calvin something.
Calvin and Hobbes.
There you go. Yeah. I posted that, and then they hit me with child pornography for freaking one of those posts for a Dallas Cowboys kid.
And this was a cartoon. This was a cartoon.
Peeing on another helmet.
But it was a cartoon.
It was like made into a regular picture, but that's what it was. It was just a kid peeing on another. Yeah. And so I was literally couldn't even use my Facebook for 7 days. And then finally I can at least post and message people now at least. But
that's how you know that you got cancel culture motherfuckers working for Facebook, because why go after that 3 years that's something that was posted 3 years ago. I mean, I understand the old saying that there's no statute of limitations, but come on.
We're live on YouTube and Twitter right now.
Oh, that's all right. At
least we're up, and we can still post the video from YouTube to Facebook, so people can watch it like that at least afterwards.
And next week we will be back on Facebook Live.
We will be on Facebook Live, but I'm going to have to transfer, or I'm going to have you add your account to the StreamYard so that we can do it from your page instead until they let me back on mine. Unfortunately.
You've got people who have too much time on their hands.
Yeah, and I don't think it was actual Facebook. I think it was someone just messing with us. I don't know. Who cares? It's over. Nothing I can do. I try to fight it. Facebook blocked it.
No point in wasting time bitching about something that's already done, and I understand that. But bullshit nonetheless, people.
So
now what? So
all right, so so his manager's saying that he's trying to get a hold of him. He can't get a hold of him, and I guess his phone is going straight to voicemail, so he's going to attempt to, I guess, send us someone else. So we'll see who the surprise guest is for all of us, I guess.
No, that's all right. That's all right,
But what we can do in the meanwhile is talk about this amazing Orlando, Florida, back at the I guess I can't say back because we haven't been there yet, but the Orange County Convention Center, which is going to be Mr.
We will be
Olympia.
Staying at the staying at the Caribe Royale.
My favorite place. Well, second to the hotel in New York. I like that hotel.
Yeah.
But other than that, Caribe, you got the whole resort. You got the water park right there. Can't go wrong. They give us those food vouchers for lunch. can't go
Oh,
wrong.
hopefully they'll do that again. Hopefully they'll do that again. I certainly hope that they do. But during the Olympia weekend, man, that's awesome. That's awesome because I know that they had done something and they had talked to the Olympia people back at one of the tryouts in Las Vegas. And I think that this was the beginning of the building of the bridge to where we are right now, and we're going to be right in the thick. We're going to be right in the thick of the beginning of the Olympia weekend, and we are talking about the most fittest individuals on planet Earth in so many different divisions stepping on stage. A lot of celebrities. There's going to be, you're pretty much going to have everyone who's anyone in the bodybuilding world is going to be there. Hopefully we get an opportunity to talk to somebody who I've always wanted to meet, my man who's, in my opinion, today's modern day Arnold Schwarzenegger, C-Bum.
Oh, thought you were gonna say Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, that's
No. I assume that he will probably make an appearance, but I'm talking about today's Arnold Schwarzenegger, who a lot of people say that C-Bum is considered that way because if you look at his symmetry compared to Arnold's early bodybuilding days, there's a lot of similarities. There's a lot of similarities, but in their body styles, it's just nobody had the freaks of the peaks that Arnold Schwarzenegger had. Nobody had the biceps that he did. And you know what, Tony, it kind of also amazes me too, because somebody who was a Mr. Olympia, Mr. Universe, who dominated the bodybuilding world. If you look at the guy had absolutely no triceps.
Yeah.
If you look at it in comparison to the other Mr. Olympias, Mr. Universes, and such, the triceps were non-existent practically.
Oh, you can go ahead and restart your intro.
Oh, did we get him?
Buddy. We got him he's in the way.
All right, so let's second time's a charm. Tony is getting really good at interrupting my train of thought, and I just want to let you know that's okay because I never shut the fuck up. So I definitely have no problem there, Tony. No problem whatsoever. Let's try this again. We got us with us. A guy needs no introduction with BKFC fans. A man who knows violence, but a man who's also very interesting to read as an individual. He's got one hell of an opportunity coming up at BKFC. I think it's 56, I believe it is, 55, 56. Yeah, I'll be 56 by the time that happens. Let's bring on the Purge, my man, Mick Terrell.
Woo!
What are you doing?
What's up, buddy? How you doing tonight?
Not too bad. I've just woke up.
I figured so.
You gotta wait. You got a just woke up shirt on. Come on, Mick. I mean, that's definitely a woke up. Oh, the fuck! I just got wake up. What the hell? Oh, that's right. I'm on Bones to Dooms. All right.
Yeah, I was cold. Obviously, everyone else is still in bed, so I've got to jump around. I'm trying to keep warm. And I was that cool. I've just put the heat on.
Nice. What's the weather out there?
It's not very warm up in the north of England. It's probably about 4 degrees, I think, Celsius.
Yeah, I'm in Florida right now, and it's probably about 70 something. So
yeah, rub it in. Why don't you?
I was outside in shorts a second ago. So
see. I'm not a Floridian anymore. I'm a Texan now. I just moved back to Texas, and we've got weird ass fucking weather. Like one day it was 80, the next day it was 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's crazy over here. So one thing I'd definitely say about UK weather around that time, it's much more consistent. It's cold as fuck, but it's definitely more consistent and not as polarizing as it is here. It's crazy, man. All right, Mick, let's go ahead. Let's talk turkey, man. Awesome opportunity coming your way with a very, very familiar opponent, a guy that you have toed the line with before. BKFC 19. The strap was not is not in the picture at that time, but now it is. The heavyweight, the vacant heavyweight championship on the biggest fight card in the history of bare knuckle. We thought that we had already achieved that with BKFC 41, and here we are with BKFC 56. And we have got you towing the line once more against AJ Adams, man. Talk to us, brother.
Yeah, it's obviously exciting times. I've known about the fight for a long time as well, but obviously, not to say anything until we get the permission. But I think Dave actually phoned us on the 16th of June to say, like, the fight was there. I think the fight was meant to be in England, but Arnold couldn't get across. So I just says, I'm not bothered where it is. I'll just fly anyway, you know. So can't wait for the fight. Get a bit of redemption.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. You know, I feel that you're going to be a very different fighter than you were. I feel that the evolution of bare knuckle fighters, once they've cut their teeth with us and gotten a taste of what it's really like, you see a clear evolutionary path with most fighters. It's like the last fight that we saw you in with Steve Banks, man, I'm going to tell you, that was a banger. That was bloody as hell. I mean, that was you fighting against a guy who was way too tough for his own good. He was just going to stand there and take knuckle sandwiches from you all day and pretty much bleed out. He looked like he was about ready to bleed the fuck out completely in front of you. And he was standing there with a smile on his face saying, I'll bleed out and I don't give a fuck, man. So what has been different since as far as training, as far as preparing, as far as your mindset? What's different going into this other than the fact that it is for the vacant heavyweight strap?
From the last fight, obviously I was ill.
Yeah.
So I was genuinely ill, you know. Like, people are saying, you should have pulled out, but like, Bkfc, it's my first fight. They paid for us to go to Mexico to isolate for 2 weeks. Imagine I got 2 days before the fight and I've pulled out because I'm not well. They would say, like, well, you're a coward. It happened to a couple of fighters, you know, just before. Or it probably never fought again. It's like, I've wasted their time and money. So you've got to, you know, bite your teeth through it and just say, right, go on, I'm ill, I'll still fight. But that last fight with Panda, like you say, that he was tough, you know, and like I really punished him as well. And just everything I threw hit him. And it was just cuts just opening up all over his face. And I sort of looked at the ref because at one point I thought I punched his eye out. I've hit him that many times in the eye. It was cut that many places. I've hit him and something fell out. And I thought, is it his eyeball? But it wasn't. It was just a gum shield. But he just kept going and going. He would went all night.
Yeah,
Tony,
that was
you should have heard it. You should have heard it, Tony. You should have heard the crowd during their fight, man, over there in Newcastle. They were so lit. They were so into the fight. They were absolutely loving it. But I was just sitting there and I had that same reaction. I agree with you, Mick. I actually thought that you had literally like punched his eye out. It was literally that bad. But Tony, you know, you were watching that fight. You saw that. You know how tough this man truly is.
Oh yeah, for sure. We did the watch party here in the States. So I obviously, you know, I wasn't there, but I was watching live. And yeah, I mean, he was a bloody panda, I guess, if you could say. And was just red everywhere. And it looked like you know, a Halloween scene or something. So yeah.
Appropriate for this show.
Yeah, perfect, you know, Halloween night. But
it was funny enough because I was halfway through the fight, usually your hands break, you know, if you like land that many shots. And I remember halfway through the fight, I was looking at my hands, I was like, thanks, lads, you haven't broke. And it just kept hitting them more and more. But like I say, he just kept taking it. It's like, I remember the very last shot of the last round, he actually caught us with a tiny little hook. And he had that much blood on himself. I got blood in my eyes, I couldn't see. So like, I looked at nothing shot, and if you watch, I actually go to the wrong corner. And I had to get back and get the blood off my eyeball. I just couldn't see a thing.
is that the most damage that you've ever, I guess, put on somebody in a fight?
I don't know. You know, back in the Thai boxing days, if you pull Thai rules, it's like back in that day, I was only 85 kilo as well, which would be like what? 30 and a half stone. I don't know what that is in pounds, but I was like. I'm at 19 stone now, so I've put on 6 stone since then. I was a lot faster in them days. I was a lot harder to catch, so I was quite quick and quite fast at hitting people. I caused a bit of damage back in the day as well.
You fucked up some people during your super combat days. Come on now. You know you did.
I mean, I got hurt a couple of times as well in that as well. broke my ribs twice in 2 of them.
Mm,
That's a horrible pain. That's probably one of the worst pains you'll get. That.
really?
Oh, broken ribs. Oh, it's horrible.
Can't breathe. You can't sit. You can't.
The-
Everything hurts.
oh,
Yeah. Take a
your
shit.
your dog will jump on you. You take your dog for a walk and it pulls too much. Honestly, that's the worst pain you'll ever receive. That.
Tony, it's kind of interesting because, there's so many fighters across so many different realms of combat sports that all have their own worst pain when it comes to fight injuries.
Yeah.
But I think that, I think the consensus across the board, especially when it comes to Thai fighters and kickboxers, are the broken ribs would definitely have to be the ones that would be the toughest to actually not only continue throughout the fight, but you're talking about recovery time after the fight. So it's interesting because everybody, like I said, has their own worst injury. But I think I'd have to agree with you, especially on Thai fights and everything, as far as broken ribs, because what can you do? I mean, you start shutting down.
The other one, it sounds daft to say, if you break your hand, usually you can still train through, but if you break your thumb is, for some reason, that takes a lot longer than like if you break your hand, you can punch the pads again within 5 weeks. If you just snap one of your fingers, usually at the back, like the back end of your hand. But if you do your thumb, it's like 6 months before you can hit anything, like with venom again because you're frightened to do it.
Yeah, I remember when I did broke my wrist, and it took like probably a good 4 months to heal back correct. It still doesn't heal correctly, but I remember the simplest things of trying to eat or open the door or anything. I couldn't do it. I couldn't turn my hand to turn the doorknob Even to this day, I don't even feel like I can throw, a left hook correct anymore because it feels like it's just going to re-break or something.
It's worse when it's your good hand because you kind of wipe your arse or anything. When you feel it, you're going to try and do it left-handed. It's, front to back.
But what did you do? I guess what's the time there right now? I don't know the time difference. 1 a.m. or 1.
Yeah, so their Halloween is come and gone.
Did you do anything for Halloween earlier tonight?
Well, my kids are a lot older now, so I've got one's 19, one's 17, so them went off to one thing. Me littlest laddie, he's 14 coming up, so he went off trick-or-treating. We bought maybe about 40-50 quid worth of sweets. Saturday, we've only got 6 trick-or-treaters. So I've just been eating sweets there myself.
Yeah, I just got back in with my 3 daughters, and it was crazy to see all the older, teenagers and high schoolers still out there trick-or-treating. I'm like, hey, if you want to get dressed up, I don't mind. If they come to the door, I'll give them candy. If they're dressed up, they took the effort to dress up. So
at that point, though, I give them a reality check. It really have to depend. Like if you're talking anywhere 15 years old and up, and they're still, they're still
16.
And they're still trick-or-treating. If they come to the door with a shitty costume, they ain't getting shit.
No, it's got to be good.
They ain't getting
just
shit.
Come with a mask and a hoodie. No, you're not.
I know.
No,
screw that.
That's about
Screw
it.
that. Screw that. I'd rather go ahead and give it to the 5-year-old who put more thought into their costume than you did. That's absolutely right. Turn away the riffraff with the older ones. Go party like you're supposed to at 16. Okay, you're at 16. You shouldn't be going door to door getting free candy.
It's different over here to America. It's big over in America. I know it would have been three just before COVID. We went to Florida, Disney, and Universal Studios for Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Massive over in America. But then back when I was a kid, we used to get a turn up. You got a black bin bag and usually a mask, some witch fingers, and then that was it. In England,
that was it.
It wasn't until YouTube. We've only just getting pumpkins. That wasn't ever a thing in England. Pumpkin. We got a turnip. You had to carve a little turnip out.
Yeah, definitely. I should have did that this year. I mean, one of my daughter's costume by itself was $50. Just one of them. So
well, you
switch it. I was like,
You
you're
know
gonna
what
wear
it's
this one time and that's it.
it's kind of like those spirit Halloweens here in America that pop up and all. Oh, they're the worst. They're the absolute. They're the scourge of the U.S. mini malls. Every now and then there'll be just this big old Toys R Us that used to be there, and they're like, you know something? Let's just go ahead and let's put a spirit Halloween there, and it's basically Halloween shit that they put in a retail space the size of a goddamn Toys R Us, and that's all it is. And they'll put it there 6 to 8 months in advance for Halloween. And then afterwards, after Halloween, it's the saddest sight in the world, seeing Spirit Halloween the day after. It's like the day after Christmas. You know, you wake up in the morning and you're like, I have a fucking tree in my house. What the fuck do I have a tree in my house for? You lose the Christmas spirit just as fast as you lose the Halloween spirit. Adults see the day after Halloween. Number one, you get to recover from your kids. Number two, you get 50% off fucking candy at the grocery store. So go get that shit while you can. It's just people lose the spirit so much. I don't think that that's as prevalent in the UK, you know?
It's honestly, it's not like it's becoming bigger, and I think, like I say, through YouTube, the kids are like, I call it Americanized. My kids are but
Yeah.
over, you know, like we'll go, it's the car park. You know, if you take your car to the car park, and anyway, one of my kids says, "Dad, can you give us a lift?" So I went, "Yeah." I went, "Where?" We went to the parking lot, and I went, "What?" I went, "It's the car park." You know what I mean? In England, it's called car park. And then he'll say, well, I need to put that in the waste paper bin. And I was like, no, well, it's the bin. I need to go to the cinema. And I went, in England, we call it the pictures. You go to the pictures, but it's YouTube. The kids are turned American. It's like, it's bad.
Now, growing up, I know you said that, you know, you would have plain, simple costumes, but what was your favorite costume that you ever had as a kid, or even, you know, older? Your favorite thing that you ever dressed up as?
Mike Myers. My son just done the same thing. 14-year-old had the boiler suit with a rubber mask.
Yeah, I did that back when I was probably 20, 21. I worked in the mall, and I would stand right out front of the Foot Locker where I worked at, and I would just try to stand as still as I could and wait for people to walk past and just grab them real quick. Or
oh, you did the living statue shit?
Yeah, it was fun. I got paid just to stand there all day.
That's it? You just stand there and freak people out?
Yeah, it was fun. I like dressing up. I can't lie. I dress up for normally. This is the first year I haven't, but normally I dress up every Halloween. I dress up for Christmas. I'll either be Santa or the Grinch or something. This year I'll be the Grinch again. So, what did I do?
All right, what do we got? We got Big Ben asking
Big Ben.
Asking if you've ever fought Godbeer.
No, my first fight was meant to be against Godbeer. And then for some reason that fight never happened. We nearly had a fallout over it. And it was funny when I fought Showmaker. Godbeer coming down Showmaker's corner in Wembley, London. And we ended up being pals with it, you know, like after the fight. But I think I was scheduled to fight him in March 2021.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that was supposed to go down. That's right. That's right.
It never happened. I don't know why. He was saying he never got informed. But what got me was I was having a go at manager was Vince at the time. Like we got told the fight was signed for. So what I was saying was signed for your fight. Mark was saying he never knew anything about it. So I don't know if his manager signed it for him, thinking Mark will fight anybody. So I was engaging in the training full time then. So like at the time of like I work, you're training for 5 hours a day, working 8 hours a day. I mean, I'm an electrician, I don't work much. But like, I work for 8 hours, training 4 hours. You got to try and eat right, and then I got to like maybe 4 weeks before the fight, and I got told it was off. So I was annoyed. But like, I'm thinking, well, who's to blame? Mark says he knew nothing about the fight, so his manager must have been saying, "Yeah, Mark will definitely." And Mark said he knew nothing about it, And I believed Mark. I honestly believed him. So I think his manager signed the fight without him knowing about
Dang.
it.
Not good. Well, you have a big, another big fight ahead of you, December 2nd. We head back, or not head back, but head to for the first time, opening up the great state of Utah.
Yeah,
Last time you fought Arnold Adams was July 23rd, 2021. So what, I guess, obviously we know you were sick, but what's the difference that you feel that in yourself from that fight to now?
I'm a lot stronger, a lot bigger. I've been doing a lot of weights, concentrating on the weights. I've been lucky out for a good sponsor at the minute. I don't have to work. It's just paying us.
Nice.
So, like, in the morning, I get up 5:30 in the morning. I'll get to the gym I'll get up, take my dogs out, get to the gym for 6:30, and then I'm in there till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm just training for 6 hours straight, come home, get to eat, take the dogs back out, and then maybe go for another run later on. So I'm as fit as I've ever been. I mean, you pick up the niggly injuries, like I'm 40 now, so I get more. I've just got to be careful with injuries, not overtraining. But at the minute, I'm feeling good and strong and fit, so I'm stronger than what I was when I first fought him.
Okay.
Big Ben asked, are you going to come out a couple weeks earlier this time?
I think it's a week early. Yeah, like you get a certain amount of time. I think I've paid extra. I just keep it in the same hotel, so I think the air's going to be thinner.
Yeah, you got to acclimate. Yeah.
So I want to be there a week early, just trying to get used to the air.
At least you'll be used to the cold already, because it'll definitely be cold there.
Yeah. I'm gonna like a little look around. I think it'll be about -3.
Yeah, it'll be freezing.
Yeah. Oh,
Especially
yeah.
for me here in Florida.
Beginning of December in Salt Lake City. Absolutely. Absolutely it will. Yeah. No, you're right, Big. You're right, Ben. Acclimation is a good thing. You definitely want to acclimate it, especially when we're talking about going as high up as above sea level as we are going to be in Salt Lake City. But, you're talking about that, the first time you tangled, you were dealing with an illness at that time. Now you're saying that you're in the best shape of your life coming into this one, but not talking about the illness during the fight. Did you feel that AJ was a tough fighter to read as far as his fighting style when you fought him? I know the illness was weighing heavily on you, but as far as his fighting style, what he brought to the first fight, did you feel that he was a hard fighter to read?
Very hard. I'm not saying I can beat Arnold if I was on my best days. He's very unpredictable. His fight IQ really high. He's got good movement. He moves awkward as well. He takes little risks that you wouldn't normally expect. So he'll have his head in a position where you think, what you're doing down there, and then he'll come back and hit you with a hook. But he's very awkward. He's strong. He's big and he's strong. And I've noticed since he's fought me, I think he's improved a bit as well. He's more aggressive. He's on the foot a little bit more. I just hope he gets fit, because I think what Arnold does is he tires rounds 4 and 5. So he wants to try and make sure he's fit all the way through, because I'll be really fit for this one.
I think what happened the last fight is that he started getting his head got a little big. And he was the first one to admit, he got the knockdowns. He started getting a little ahead of himself and such. Instead of keeping his head completely in the game, he started showing off a little bit. And he's the first to admit that was the cause of his downfall against Alan Belcher, and such. So I think he's going to stay away from that this time, knowing that you're coming into it, this fight, knowing that he's going to stay away from the showmanship. And he's going to come in there to do business. Does that do something for you as far as preparation, knowing that this kind of going to be like Rocky 2? You remember when Apollo took the second fight seriously? He's like, no theatrics, none of that. Yeah, I'm not playing up to the crowd. I'm coming there to kick your ass.
It's when Arnold beat me, he started dancing. When he beat us, and it always stuck in my head, because the shot that he caught us with didn't really hurt. It was more exhaustion while I was down there. And I was knackered, I'm lying there, because it was horrible. I was going for like 10-shot combos, on the pads. To get ill, I couldn't throw 1-2. And at the time, I'm not really a religious person. I remember praying to God saying, please make us better, as I was shitting myself. Because I don't know if I got that like non-stop. And it was horrible. So I was sitting in the toilet saying, please make us better if you can make us better. Because I was really fitted. And then I just got like really ill. And it was funny because I remember I was standing at the curtain waiting to go out. And we called him, and he's patted us on the back. He went, come on, Mick, it's time to go. And I remember it really hurt. And I remember I went, Andy, I says, that hurt. He went, shut up. And I says, I'm going to get beat today. I says, I'm not well. And I did. I went in, I got beat. But I remember thinking Arnold punches really hard. I think he probably does. But from recollection, I'm thinking maybe it was because I was ill. And it probably hurt a lot more than what it normally would have. Because I remember I caught this with the first left hook. I don't know if you've ever, I'll say this to people. I don't know if you've ever been hit in the head with a bat, like a baseball bat. That's what it felt like. Like, I don't know if you've ever been hit with one. You get hit, you get that little rattle on your head. When he hit us with the first left hook, I remember my head rattled off. I was like, oh, I think I've been hit with the bat there. But it was just good left hook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like when you get hit like that, it takes a second. Like, did you really just hit me with a bat? Like, what the heck are you? But yeah,
head vibrates a certain way, and it's like after the felt like I felt like my head just sort of. When you watch the cartoon, they get hit, they got do. That's what it felt like. My head just vibrated off.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, if you were fighting that illness, that you'd have that reaction. You definitely have that reaction, but that's not the case now. That's not the case now. Ben, it's not so much. Ben was talking about, do you feel that AJ won the fight? Yeah, there was some controversy that happened with that in Alan Belcher. I'll be the first one to admit it. And yes, there may have been a little bit of controversy in how the referee, called the end to that fight. But Ben, I mean, it is what it is. We find ourselves in the situation, and the situation is now Mick has an amazing opportunity on an amazing fight card to challenge for the vacant heavyweight championship. I think that right there is what we need to be focusing on. It's not necessarily what happened. I don't want to look too far back. You know what I mean, Tony? You don't want to look that far back at this point right now. You want to concentrate on the now, and the now is immediately to my left, right over there. Which way am I pointing? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, he and Big Ben. I wouldn't see a reason why he would. I mean, he would be the champ. Why would he need to call out Big Ben? Big Ben would be calling him out.
I know, right?
So there would be no reason for him to call out Big Ben.
Belcher and Arnold. I think Arnold, like Belcher, ended up getting like a more than a 10-second count. But when you look, it's because Arnold was busy dancing right next to him.
Yep.
But he should have run straight over to a neutral area.
Mm-hmm.
But they're dancing over him, so he ended up getting like a 18-second count. But it was his own. You get told at the beginning, you get the neutral area, and if they don't start counting until you're there. So
exactly.
Arnold would have probably sold the fight if he just ran over you then. It was a little bit more humble.
Well, what happened was that there's the outside count with the athletic commission. They have the outside count that starts at the knockdown. Now, he was dancing around, and by the time that the referee got over there, he picked up at 6.
Yeah,
he picked up at 6, but the outside count had already gone up to 6. So there was a count out there. It's just the fact that he was distracted from that and picked up at 6. Everybody thought he should have picked up at 1. But everybody, a lot of people know that with the athletic commission, when that happens, there's an outside count that takes place as soon as the knockdown happens.
Yeah, it's like I say, just if he had just run off to the neutral corner, I think he would have been sweet. But
I think he would have been okay. I think he would have been okay. I'm going to be honest. If he had directed him back to the corner, he would have had enough time to stand up, step to the right, put his hands up. I'm okay. I think the fight would have continued.
No, I'm saying when Belcher went down. When
Belcher went down. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He started.
Okay.
So, like, if he had just nicked off over to the neutral corner, I think Belcher.
Yeah, you're right.
I honestly think at the time, if you look at like Belcher's eye wasn't right, at the time.
Oh yeah.
I think he was on borrowed time, really, and he ended up just, I think all his knee went or something, didn't it? You could see his knee went on the first lockdown, and he never recovered.
It's my hat. He doesn't. Oh, my bad. I'm talking. My dad just got a new dog, and anytime I wear my hat, he always barks at me. I don't know why he doesn't like black hats. I don't know what it is about.
Well, maybe it's a maybe he's a Valor fan. Maybe he's a BYB fan. Maybe he's not a Bkfc fan. I don't know, man.
No, the other day when I was leaving out to go to South Carolina, I was literally dressed in all black hat, jacket, pants, sneakers, everything all black. And he was just going crazy. He just kept barking at me. I tried to take everything off, and he still was like, no, not dealing with it. I don't know what it is about all black stuff he doesn't like. I don't know.
But I just think it created a great opportunity for you, man, because, unfortunately, Alan was kind of in the mindset to where I guess, he saw greener pastures elsewhere. Some people, want to chase that money, and they realize that it doesn't generate long-term results. And look at what happened. I mean, nothing, I hate to say it, Belcher taking that boxing match, nothing good happened from that. Nothing. I mean, he made some money. That's true, but it disrupted his flow. He could have, he could have done good things with the Bkfc heavyweight belt. I truly believe that, but it disrupted the flow, which caused us to our current situation. So there's a good side and there's a bad side. We got a badass fight with you guys, but we've got an unfortunate situation with and they were right to strip him of the heavyweight belt because of that, because the company didn't want to put themselves in a position saying, what if he loses? Well, we just had our new world heavyweight champion lose in a exhibition boxing match.
It done me a right favor, really, because in January I was in Florida again, Universal, and I ended up slipping 3 discs in my neck. So I had a trapped nerve. There was a C5 nerve down my arm, so my arm was all tingly and numb. So a lot of people saying, Mick, you're going to have to, say you won the fight. I couldn't at the time. I couldn't lift my arm. But it done us a right favour because all the controversy with the fight, and then he started piss-falling around saying he was going to, fight the celebrity boxing or something he was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Kept my mouth shut, just bided my time, and people said, you need to open your mouth. I went, honestly, I can't. I can't even lift my arm at the minute. So the time it took was till June, and that's when Dave stripped him. I went, right, I'm not having that. And I was like, champion, my arm was just about ready to recover. I says, can you give us 8 weeks? So that was June 16th. So I was ready to fight for August. So I've just been taken away since then. So it done me a right favour, really.
And we weren't sure what was going to happen, Tony. Everything was, I guess the initial idea is that they were going to do like a quarterfinal. They were going to start off kind of like a quarterfinal tournament kind of way, and then, have it segue into a final match, very similar to the way that we did the first heavyweight tournament in Bkfc, where we started off at the quarterfinals and, it ended up becoming AJ Adams and Sam Shoemaker in the end. But this case, I do believe that the right 2 fighters were chosen for the vacant heavyweight opportunity, because I definitely believe that AJ, barring the conversation of what what happened with the fight, was that opportunity. And Mick, you were in line. I mean, if you're looking at the heavyweights, that what they have done with Bkfc, you were justifiably in line. I'm not just saying that because you're our guest. I'm saying it because of the dues that you've paid within the company and the patience that you have shown. You bought your time. You just said, you could have said something. You could have, but you bit your tongue because you said it's going to come around.
It'll come, and luckily it did, So when it was at my birthday, is the 17th of June, and he phoned us on the 16th, and I was actually at my daughter-in-law's birthday party. So it was the best birthday present ever for me. I was like, champion. So I went back to the party. I says, my wife, and I'm just getting the world title fight. When you joke, I went, no, I says, that's it. So stop drinking straight away. That's right.
What is, since you brought it up, what is your drink of choice?
Oh, yeah.
Whiskey. I think he was called Scotch over there.
No, we got both whiskey and Scotch.
Yeah.
I'm a whiskey. Well, I was a whiskey guy too. I'm probably the cheapest of the whiskey, but Crown Royal. But I like some Crown Royal.
I like rum as well. I do enjoy a bit of rum.
Yeah, me too. Bacardi's always, I'm Puerto Rican, so Bacardi's always a good choice.
It's sweet. Sometimes I like to start with a couple of rums just because it's like drinking sugar. And then I have a couple of rums and then go into the whiskey.
He needs to try Bumbu. That's my favorite. I got turned on to this. It's a Jamaican rum. It's a dark Jamaican rum, and you don't mix it with anything. You just sip it. It is a beautiful, beautiful caramel sweet symphony of a dark rum. I got turned on to that in Florida. It's fucking awesome, man. But you're right. You got to start it off with a couple of sips, a couple of shots. You got to line yourself up, and then you can have yourself. I agree. You have to have a chaser for a proper whiskey. You have to have a chaser for a proper whiskey.
Like a proper 12.
No. I'm sorry. That shit tastes like melted plastic. Ugh.
I couldn't drink. I couldn't even smell whiskey for about a good 10 years. When I would say I was 19, and I went and I had 12 double whiskeys. Just you know what? I got carried home off my friend.
12 fucking doubles.
That's a nice night, huh?
Now that's a proper 12. That's a proper 12 right there. Shit.
Half an hour.
Carried home.
I think what it was, winter, it was freezing cold. And when you knock the whiskey back, it's so warm, and and I just felt nice. I thought champion, so I just kept knocking them back. And anyways, passed out.
Next thing you know, you're sunk in the couch.
I couldn't even smell whiskey for years, but it's just so oaky, and I just love the taste.
I hear you, man.
I'm a cognac guy though. I like cognac. Good Hennessy is it's my favorite.
A single malt whiskey is delicious though. A good single malt. You find yourself a proper Highland single malt. I like Highland. I like Highland whiskeys. I always have. I've always felt that you got up there into the Highlands of good old Scotland, man. You end up finding proper whiskey. These are the people who were born to do it. They're generation after generation after generation. That's basically all their families ever did. That's the good stuff. What's the name, Tony, of the whiskey that what's his name drank in Parks and Rec?
I never watched that show. Oh, I might have watched an episode or two or something.
I forget. I forget. It was a Scotch Highland whiskey, but I've had it myself. And he's actually that actor is a spokesperson for it now. He's actually a spokesperson for that whiskey itself. And I'm just like, that is so good. But let's get Mick back on here. I think too much whiskey made him black out again. Too much talk of whiskey made him black out again.
That was the alarm. I thought we were going to start at 2. So set me up for 10 to 2.
Yeah, that's what your manager had said earlier. He said I know he has an alarm set and everything. I was like, maybe he set it for the wrong time.
I got told it was 2 o'clock, so I set me alarm for 10 to 2.
I got to do the same thing for the show. I have a 8:30 and an 8:55 alarm for the 9 p.m. show.
You got a double. You got a double on yours, man. Oh man.
So since it is well, I guess not Halloween there anymore, but still Halloween here in the States. What is your favorite? Since it's the last day we'll be able to talk about Halloween till next year. What is your favorite Halloween movie ever?
Do you know what it is? Like, I was never really into horror films, and my wife loves them. And she keeps making us go to watch scary films. I think we just went to watch that, The Exorcist, the sequel. Okay. We went to watch that the other day, but as I'm getting older, I'm not as scared anymore. I think what it is as well, I think I've got an overactive imagination. So, like, I'll be lying in bed, it'll be 2 in the morning, I'll think I've seen something. So my wife says I'm scared, but we used to have a plant in my bedroom, a big plant, and I used to wake up in the middle of the night, I used to think it was looking at us. I didn't realise what it was because it's dark. So I used to get up and set about it and start punching it. And then probably be half asleep. My wife would go, Michael, what are you doing? I went, it's looking at me. And she says, it's a plant. Just get back to bed. So I wake up.
Too much whiskey.
And the best thing on the door, but in the dark, you know, when you wake up, it looks like it's a person. So like, I get up, like, so my wife says I'm scared. I'm not that scared. I go and attack it. You know what I mean? I think I'm being burgled, and I just go and attack it or something. But I'm not a fan of horrors. Like, they make me mind play all the time. You know, I just think that something's going to happen.
No, I hear you on that. But The Exorcist, you know, I mean, even when somebody isn't a horror fan, I don't think that The Exorcist qualifies as a scary movie.
No,
I was never scared by it. It never elicited the frightened me. I mean, it was really more it was more controversial, and there was a shock factor in certain things. Like they're looking for like the shock factor. I get that,
Right.
but as far as overall scares, it never happened for me, bro.
I'm more for Back to the Future. They're my favourites. Back to the Future. That's like the horrors is not for me, you know.
Back to
right.
the Future is always a classic. That's always a good one.
No, I like that. You just can't watch that. You remember it's banned in China. You can't watch any of the Back to the Future movies banned in China. They don't want the idea in the public that time travel is a possibility.
Sure, the bandit.
Yeah. The Back to the Futures 1 through 3 are banned in China. Mm-hmm.
I love it. I usually just get a tub of ice cream. You know, on a Saturday, if I've got nothing to do, I'll just watch all 3 straight through. Back to the Future pajamas. That's how boring I am.
I just started rewatching all of the James Bond movies. I started all the way back at the original and just finished them all again. But yeah, I just finished watching all of those. I had missed some of them, you know, because they were all in the 60s. And so I never watched them. But I went back and watched all the way from part 1 with Sean Connery all the way to the newest one. So I definitely like those James Bond movies.
Who's your James Bond of choice?
Who'd you say?
Daniel Craig.
Mine is God damn, the one from the 90s.
Pierce Brosnan.
Really? Pierce Brosnan?
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan. Yeah,
Really?
I just it's because that's when the game came out. You know, 007 GoldenEye.
Oh, GoldenEye.
So that was my era right there. So that was my era right there.
Roger Moore was the fucking man. I like Roger Moore. Roger Moore was everybody will say that, you know, Sean Connery was like the man and everything like that, but Sean Connery still had a Scottish accent. I mean, you know, Roger Moore was more of the gentleman's James Bond. I dug Roger Moore, man.
I just think Daniel Craig is more rusted. It's like real, you know, the fight scenes are real. It's Roger Moore was karate chopping people, knocking them out. You know what I mean?
But it was the time. That was the time. That's all you had to fucking do. It was where do you think Austin Powers got that from? Judo chop.
Yeah, it's. I want to see a real fight, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I want to see it real.
That's a good one right there.
That's
Did you ever watch Hubie Halloween?
Which one?
Hubie Halloween. Hubie Halloween. It came out. It came out last year, I think, or the year before, maybe, with the one that Adam Sandler directed. He's in, and he's got all his friends in it. Oh, it's hilarious. You have to watch it.
I'll have a look.
It's it's hilarious. What you got, Jeff?
Man, it's just Halloween's always an interesting time for us here in the States and such, you know. It just, you know, gives everybody a chance to indulge, you know, on their sweet fantasies and everything. But the one thing that I definitely like is, especially when you're on social media, is seeing the versatility of costumes. You know, people get into it so much more, and they put so much time, effort, and money into these costumes. I mean, you know, you're talking time, money, and effort like they would do. Like the big thing for us here in the States are the Renaissance festivals and the Comic-Cons. That's where you truly see like the best costumes, the best of the best. These are people who literally spend 4 to 5 figures on their costumes. It's like that crazy. So I think that's a big thing for me. I like seeing the people who really take their time. Like I have a buddy of mine who actually went and had a very, very interesting costume. He did a full out darkness from the movie Legend. You remember the demon? Remember the devil with the big horns? Tim Curry. Remember Tim Curry? He had the big black horns. It was the Tom Cruise movie where he played. You never saw that one, Tony, from 1985, Legend? Oh. Probably one of the most impressive movie costume makeup jobs you've ever seen in your life. It was dark. He played darkness. He was basically the devil. Tim Curry, these huge black horns, all red. He had cloven hoofs and everything like that. Somebody was able. I had a friend of mine who was able to find who did the backup makeup for Legend, and he actually hired him to do the darkness. And I was like, oh my God, how much did you spend on that? He spent $12,000.
What a cost?
$12,000. But his videos and his pictures went viral. So, I mean, it paid off if you're looking at it from a social media standpoint.
It's too much money in America. It's far too much money.
There's no way. The most I've ever spent, I spent like last year, I think it was like $80 on the Grinch outfit. But that's even that. I was like, I don't even want to spend that much. But I knew I could use it every single year, for Christmas. For Christmas. So even for Halloween, I could, dress up as the Grinch. So I knew I would get my money out of it, but it's the most I could see myself spending is like $50. I'm not spending no hundreds of dollars on unless it's for a movie or something. But other than that, no. Or unless I know I'm gonna win like a Halloween contest and I'm gonna win the money back, then maybe. But other than that, there's no way.
The means have to justify the end.
With Americans as well. They get dressed up and it's not even scary costumes.
I know.
And I'm thinking, that's not scary. They make that as like a cartoon or something. I'm thinking, well, I thought Halloween had to be spooky.
And it isn't. Well, with the younger kids, they're not quite desensitized enough and so a lot of them are still going to go ahead and dress as what we like to call millennial costumes. Snowflakes. That's okay. Snowflake costumes. We call snowflake costumes here. Yeah, a little bit too. All right, my man. Well, I'm going to tell you what, man. We have loved having you on here. I'm going to tell you, Mick always makes it fun every single time. We always love hanging out with you when we get an opportunity to hang out with you before the fight. So we are going to let you get back at it, get some rest, sir. But what we'd like to do, as we always do with all of our guests, is we would like to give you an opportunity to give shout outs to anyone who has helped you along this journey that's coming up, that's going to culminate Bkfc 56, December 2nd, Salt Lake City. You're challenging for the vacant Bkfc World Heavyweight Championship. This is your time, Mick. Go for it.
I want a big thanks to Kevin Smith. He's been massive. Even when I wasn't signed with Kevin Smith, he used to help us. Our first fight world, he was always there to help. He's been a massive help to us. Now I'm actually signed with his company. Computer Clinic, Mark Bailey and Jill Harrison, them sponsors full time now. I don't have to work, so really thankful to them. I'm able to just put all my effort into training. O'Toole's Gym, where I train. Always help you, O'Toole's Gym. And then obviously Andy, my padman, he's been great for us as well. And I've got another one, Newcastle Physiotherapy. Like I say, when I slipped the disc, he really helped us, got us back into full health. So Darren Wigg there, he's an ex-Olympic swimmer. He's the head physiotherapist there. He's really helped us, So there's the 3 shout-outs for us.
Very good. Very good. Nice. What you got, DJ Tony?
Nah, man, thank you. We appreciate you for coming on and spending your time and waking up for us.
Yeah, especially waking up for us.
We'll definitely bring you on. I know Miss Katie just sent me my flight, so I know we'll be there a couple of days early. So definitely we'll bring you on again and do a live interview with you in person in Utah.
We'll do an update.
And see how you're feeling. All right. Then out there in like I said earlier, you'll be used to it, but it'll be freezing for me. But but thank you for coming on, and definitely see you soon, man.
Thanks for having us. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks, brother. Thank you,
man. Stay safe.
What you doing tonight?
All right.
All right, man. Good
stuff.
That
Good
was
stuff.
the one and only Mick Terrell. And you know what, guys? Because we're feeling generous today. It's not Christmas, it's Halloween. But you know what, Jeff? I
What's
feel
that?
like we should just go ahead and just hit the people with another guest surprise. And
Another one.
well, it was a surprise for well, it wasn't supposed to be a surprise for Mick to join us, but we didn't know if we were gonna get him there for a second. So
What
we
you
have
got? What you
a
got?
special guest in the waiting room. So let's go ahead and bring him up. He will be fighting this Friday night. The one and only
Hell yeah!
Sawyer
All
DP.
right, we got
How's it going,
Sawyer in
guys?
the house.
What's up, buddy?
Not much. How you guys doing?
We're
Doing good,
Oh,
doing good.
man.
A
Dropping
little
the surprise on us, DJ Tony here at Bones to Domes with the
Yeah.
oh man. Always been a fan of my main man Sawyer DP, man. A guy who is a quintessential bare knuckle fighter, man. A guy who acts the part, walks the part, talks the part, and more importantly, fights the part. How you feeling there, Sawyer?
I'm feeling good. A little bit tired. Got to take off at like 5 tomorrow morning or 4 or something like that. Get over there to Florida. So just been working. I'm at weight. I was at like 208 at the end of the day today. So that was pretty decent. I'm not far out. I'm happy. I'm healthy. It's just going good right now.
Love it,
Nice,
love it.
man. How's training camp going this time around?
Way better. I'm not coming from 250 pounds this time, so it was pretty easy. I mean, after surgery that last time on my hand and everything else, I got to like 254, and so this time I stayed at like 215, 220. So it wasn't too bad. I got to work on the gas tank a little bit more this time than instead of focusing on the weight cut.
Nice.
That takes a lot off of it too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, especially where you find yourself at the weight cut throughout the training process. You know, some people are able to go ahead and, have a good handle on it if they have a 6-week process, but every now and then, as you know, Sawyer, you get a last minute throw in, and that does affect the overall process of your cut, in preparation, does it not?
Yeah, it definitely does. And then traveling, I'm happy that I'm on weight this time because traveling and then all the scheduling and everything else, it's hard to cut weight when I get down there. So
You don't have to go too far. You don't have to go too far this time. That's for sure.
Yeah. So it's working out. This has been a good camp. It's been, I got like 6 or 7 weeks for this one. So I'm happy about it. I think it's going to be a good one.
How do you feel about this? You're going up against somebody who's 2-0 with Bkfc, Jonathan Big Baby Miller. Had 2 good outings this far, but you've already proven yourself to be a veteran here at Bkfc. I mean, you don't only have fans in your hometown of Lolo, Montana, and throughout the great state of Montana, but you have had fans every time that you have stepped foot in the squared circle. You have made more and more fans since you fought with us, and now you got somebody who's coming in, at now remind me again, heavyweight or cruiserweight for this fight?
Cruiserweight, 205.
Okay, so a cruiserweight and such. Okay, so John's probably going to have a much bigger weight cut than you in order to to make 205. So what are you looking at as far as what to expect in this fight? Would you step into total line with John?
See, I don't know what to expect. He's one that he seems to plant and want to throw. He wants to react, not push the pressure. So it's not going to be like when I fought Henry or anything else like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It might be kind of a stalemate at first, but we'll see how it goes. I don't really have a game plan. I've watched some film, just kind of go in there and just do our thing because planning for somebody that just reacts is kind of hard. In a sense, I mean, you can always plan for what they're going to do because everything is off his front jab there.
But you still want to apply that forward pressure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna because in the couple of fights that I've seen him, he didn't come forward very often. So, I mean, he did in a sense, but he just didn't put the pressure on people like he could have. I think. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm gonna have to put a little bit more on him. Just to keep coming forward, make him make mistakes.
Yeah, I definitely feel like he's going to look to land the big shot, being the bigger guy.
Mm-hmm.
What I guess have you been doing differently since he is he probably the biggest opponent that you've obviously it's the same weight, but body wise biggest opponent you fought in BKFC so far?
Probably Quentin's the biggest. I mean,
Quentin's pretty damn big. Quentin's pretty fucking big, man.
that boy, he was like 233 the day after weigh-ins or something. I was like, damn. I came in at like 206. I was like, yeah, you're big. That's a big boy. So I mean, I'm guessing he's probably the bigger. I mean, out of those two. I don't know. I've never seen Jonathan in person or anything, so I'm not sure how big he is. It says he's like 6'1" or something.
He's a heavier set guy as far as his body type. I mean, he definitely looks like a bigger guy that he actually is. It just seems like he's got a lower center of gravity for someone his size as opposed to, anybody else that you would fight. But I have to agree with you on that. Quentin is just, man, it's just his body morph changing from weigh-in to the day that he fought you, man. It was like night and fucking day. It was crazy.
Right. I have a picture of when he's getting his hand raised, and I'm sitting there next to, or with, I don't remember who my ref was. I have a screenshot of it, and I'm like, that man is huge compared to me. These guys at 205 are freaking monsters. So I think I put on some pretty good weight for this fight so that I'm a little more muscular, got rid of some of the pudge, trying to keep up with these guys at 205. I think I'm going to stick around here for a bit instead of trying to cut back down to 85 or even make that attempt.
205. Well, we all know who the king of the 205s are. I know that you don't want to look too far past anybody. I mean, one of the golden rules for the majority of fighters, unless they actually have an agenda, is to not look past who's standing in front of you. But do you foresee yourself in any kind of title contention over the next couple of fights if the fights go your way?
I'd like that. I mean, obviously, Jug's at the top of this class, so that's the goal at this point. Get a couple more in, see what we can do. I mean, I kind of want to stay at 205 just because he's there too. I'm not sure who's at 85 it was Jared Warren and Dyer for the interim, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, Juggernaut's the 85 champ too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So either way you go.
Either way, it's he's there. So I think I'll stick at 205 for a little bit, see how it plays out, and then see where I go from there. But in the end, he's going to be the guy that everybody's after. Obviously, I'm after him too, or I guess after that belt. So see how it goes. I mean, it's anything can go in this game, right?
You never know.
Right.
You had a great, great fight. Your last fight against Gabriel. So used to saying.
I'm like, you didn't fight Gabrielle. I'm like, talk about a mismatch. Fuck.
I talk to her so much now. Just so used to saying her name, Gabriel Mota. What do you see different in the way that you've been training from that fight to now against your next opponent?
Just the gas tank and reaction timing. I mean, that's pretty much all I've been working on. Training camps went like everybody else's, get your regular shit in, but a lot of reaction time drills and stuff like that, just for that big jab coming off everything. And I guess because he's orthodox, his right hook that comes out of the rear. So I haven't changed a whole lot up. Everything's been seeming to work. So I'm just going to kind of keep it going the way it is until it doesn't work, I guess.
This would be your first time fighting in Florida?
I fought Yuli in Florida the first time.
Yeah.
Knucklemania too.
Yep.
That's
first time fighting in Orlando. That's for sure. First time fighting in Orlando. That's for sure.
Yeah. It'll be fun to go to a new city again. And my parents and my kid and my aunt and cousin are all down there right now. So nice. They flew out yesterday or today. I can't remember.
What do you get in tomorrow?
I get in tomorrow. I fly out at like 6 a.m.
Well, just know you won't need that hoodie. So
it's cold up here. It's like 20 degrees.
Oh, he's
All
got
you'll
long
need is
flight. He's
you
got a
just need
long flight.
you just need shorts. That's all. Shorts and tank tops out of
That's
here.
all. That's all I'm packing. I'm gonna wear pants till I get to like Minneapolis, and then I'm switching into shorts.
Oh,
That's
Minneapolis.
how it is. Like when I leave to go to wherever, Montana or wherever, all those other places that might be colder. Even New York, when we went and I left here and it was like 80 degrees, land in New York and it's snowing, and it's like changing your clothes literally in the airport, throwing on your hoodie or jacket before you leave out. It's crazy.
It's a shock.
I know. I hate it. It is. You could actually get sick from it in certain spaces. So with the temperature variations. But you were talking about Minneapolis. But you were talking about Minneapolis, man. Oh my God, I love every time I connect there, and you get to hear them on the loudspeaker, the gate attendants. Okay, we are ready to board this flight, don't you know? Yeah, not that time. I'll just go to Minneapolis just to hear the accents. I'll just go there just to hear the friggin' Fargo movie accents, man. I love it. I love it.
I've never been there before, but I worked in North Dakota, and then a whole bunch of wrestlers from like Fargo and all those places. They all had them Canadian accents, or who to say, all that. I never understood them. Couldn't do it.
Oh yeah. Yep.
They speak some broken English.
Well, it's borderline Canadian is what it is. It's basically borderline Canadian. I think that because a lot of the names in Minneapolis, they're Swedish names. There's a very big Swedish presence in Minnesota. So I think that it's a lot of Swedish accent in there as well on top of that. But all right, so this is what we got here. We got us coming down to Orlando. Not only that, it's going to be an exciting time because Bkfc is part of the Olympia weekend. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of celebrities there, a lot of eyes on the product, an opportunity for you to, increase your fan profile by that much more. And, do you ever find like in a situation like we're in right now to where there's a whole new audience that's going to be watching us on a Friday, whole new audience, fitness audience actually watching? Is there any kind of pressure knowing that there's that new audience coming in? And you can certainly answer that question. Well, Jeff, there wasn't until you said something.
I mean, really, there wasn't. There isn't. They're just more people. They're not any different than any other people watching the fights. I don't know who's going to be at Mr. Olympia. I mean,
Arnold.
Yeah, I was going to say, is Arnold going to be there?
I wouldn't be surprised.
That one might be a little bit different. He's famous and all, but him being his political stance and everything else, I might just stay away from that. It's just not my cup of tea to deal with any of that and get associated with anybody like that either.
Understood.
Yeah, I try to stay out of politics altogether. I don't, especially on Facebook or anything. I don't ever comment, or it's just I don't know who's what. You know what I mean? And I'd rather just keep everyone neutral. So I never. That's my rule to myself. I never talk politics.
Well, just because you're offended doesn't mean that you're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's one that everything he does or seems to follow him, like everything that I see personally that on his Facebook or Instagram or anything else, it all turns like political or something about him being governor or whatever the hell he is.
The governor.
It seems like he's going straight. Yeah, it seems like he's talking about movies. He's talking about fitness. He has a very clear agenda at the beginning. And then a big left turn.
Yep.
A big left turn right into that. And you don't even see it coming at one point. You don't even see it coming at one point. You're like, oh, come on, man. We were talking about good stuff. And did you really have to put the political agenda, on just a very, very simple Facebook posting? Come on.
Yeah. And I can't, be associated with that kind of stuff. It just looks bad. I don't think it's a good look for him either. So
people more interested because he rides his bike throughout the day. People are more interested about your bike routes or you posting videos with your little mini horses in the kitchen eating breakfast with you. People are more interested in shit like that, man. Come on.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
Well, and actually, there's a couple of them that might be kind of nerve wracking. So at the Yuli fight, there was that Blessing. I'm gonna screw his last name up. Owadabu or He's the guy that used to throw the protein. He was on TikTok for a long time, throwing protein powder in his face. He's
Oh yeah.
he was at the fights when I
Was
fought
he?
Yuli. Yeah, and he walks up and like slaps me on the back, and he's like, flips me around. He's like, I want a picture with you. I posted him on my Instagram.
I think wasn't Shaq there too, or was he? That was at Knucklemania 1.
That was probably Knucklemania 1 because like Knucklemania 2, Andre Arlovsky. There was that Blessing guy. There was there were so many people there.
The guy was there. That guy, he's the one that slaps you on the back and everything like that. Walks around with a wide stance and everything. Slaps you on the back, right?
And he
was there. He was there. I do remember that now. Yeah.
His biceps are the size of my torso. I'm like, I feel like I'm a decent sized dude, and you're massive.
Seriously, he's like the kid from A Christmas Story. I can't put my arms down.
That's what I feel like I need to be up here in Montana right now, bundled up.
No,
Michelin man.
Sawyer, you got the perfect build, man. You got the perfect build. I've never been a fan of the over muscular look for bare knuckle fighting because
I was just talking about the Christmas Story. I need more clothes on. I'm up here cold.
Oh, you need the more layers. You need the more layers. Oh, okay. Because I thought you were talking about the muscular look and everything like that.
No.
Like, no. I've never been a fan of that because I always feel that, especially when you're dealing with the explosiveness that you have to with bare knuckle fighting, your muscles have to feed on that much more oxygen. And that just means that you're going to burn out that much quicker. You want to get into a scramble, you want to get into forward pressure, and you have to feed all those muscles while you're doing that. I just think it's a recipe for disaster for the guys who are crazy built in bare knuckle. I do.
And they always seem to be slow or have joint issues. All them bigger guys do, like in their shoulders. They don't seem like they can raise their shoulders for their straights or their jabs or anything. They throw them from the hip.
Hector couldn't. Hector Lombard couldn't.
Yeah. No, yeah, he was one. Everything came from the hip. It seemed like, or
had to.
Yep.
Had to. When he could barely put his hands together. I mean, his shoulders and his lats were so wide that he could barely even put his hands together like that. It was crazy, man. Absolutely.
He's on that USADA juice.
What'd you get into today for being that it's Halloween? Did you go out and do anything?
I worked and then I went and did a training session and I came home and packed my stuff and I was laying down when I got the call to come on here. So I was just about to head to bed and I was like, all right, I'll stay up for one podcast.
I guess no Reese's Pieces or Snickers for you until after the fight.
No, I did steal a Reese's last night, I think, or maybe the night before, and then an Oreo last night. It was pretty good.
What's your favorite?
Dave, turn a deaf ear. Turn a deaf ear, Dave.
It wasn't an all-you-can-eat candy. I swear.
No, and my weight wasn't bad, so I mean, I think the last 2 or 3 weeks I've been sitting at like 210, 212 or whatever it was. So it hasn't been bad.
That's what awesome. Is your favorite candy in the Halloween season?
Reese's. Yeah, every time Reese's, the Reese's fast cups. Breaks. Yep.
Oh, fast breaks too. Those are good too.
Or Nutter Butters.
Yeah, Nutter Butters.
Classic.
Twix. It's just I can't say everything, but almost all the chocolate.
I'm a fat kid at heart. I love all the sweet shit.
I like almonds or peanuts in it. I'm not really like the straight like Hershey's just milk chocolate. I was never really a fan of. But you throw the almonds in there and eat all that easily.
Nope.
I got the old school. I got the old school one. This is how far back I go. I remember when reaching into my bag as a kid and going after the Zagnuts.
Oh man. No.
Now that's going way. I know. The last thing that anybody should actually want, because it's a weird fucking combination. It's like a mild coconut Butterfinger is what it tastes like. You know, it's kind of like but it's a mild coconut. It's not like an overpowering coconut. Very, very interesting continuity. Something you wouldn't think you like. I fucking love Zagnuts growing up. I did, man. I did. I did. Weird fucking candy. It's not like I went after Chunkies. I mean, that's what every kid wants: chocolate and raisins. Ugh.
Oh no! Or what is the other one? Whatchamacallits? Nope, can't do those either.
What?
Can't do it. Or like
What? Oh my god, man! I love the whatchamacallits. Oh my god.
Jeff, you're probably old enough.
If you do the Reese's Fast Break, that's not that much of a difference from a whatchamacallit. It's just got a little bit more peanut butter in it.
It's just a texture thing, or it's kind of just weird to me. I never liked them.
Really?
I don't. Yeah, just so.
I'm just anything licorice I can't do.
Oh, I could put down some red vines.
I can't.
Hell yeah.
Go to a baseball
Probably-
game and get one of them like 6-foot ones that they sell at the baseball games.
Jeff, you're probably old enough to be able to get.
Fuck you.
To get an apple zabba in your.
Oh god, peanut butter flavored taffy. Oh god, that was some repugnant, nasty ass shit. The only time that Abba Zaba was ever cool was in the movie Half Baked. Because it was a giant. Because it was a giant Abba Zaba to the kid after he was so fucking high. But no, Abba Zaba. Ugh, peanut butter.
That's the only
taffy.
reason I know of that. I literally bought that in an old school candy store in like Virginia. I found it one time. I literally only bought it just because of Half Baked, just to put it in like with my collection of stuff. And it's like hard as a brick.
It is. You'll break your fucking teeth on it, man. I mean, it's harder. It's harder than that Laffy Taffy shit, man. I mean, I saw the way that he pulled that on. Pulled that shit. I'm like, dude, motherfucker had to have put that in the microwave a couple of seconds before he did that shit, because you ain't doing that with an Abba Zaba right out of that. You'd be like, Abba Zaba? Wait a minute, what the fuck are my teeth on?
Abba Zaba? You're my only friend.
It's like them sugar daddies or babies, the sticks. That's what people used to use for pulling their teeth out.
They'd lose their molars, their fillings from those motherfuckers. I know. Oh, no. But, there was always those weird candies when you were growing up and you go trick-or-treating, especially those unnamed, no-brand peanut butter candies. They usually came in the orange or the black wrapper. You never knew what the fuck it was. It
Those
was
are
just that they were until you found a motherfucking razor blade in them.
Oh,
those were the
old
ones.
neighborhood did you grow up in?
No, because they didn't have the brand names so that they could rewrap them. And so crazy sick motherfuckers could rewrap them and, do that shit. Oh, no, they do that shit all the times back in the day, man. Razor blades, Ben. Yeah.
I'm the parent that gives out, for Halloween, that gives out raisins to the kids.
Oh, you might as well give them toothbrushes and
raisin
toothpaste.
boxes.
Hand them apples and oranges and shit.
Yeah, you know what? They're going to hand you back toilet paper and eggs.
My mom has the good neighborhood. We took the kids out in her neighborhood, and they were giving out full-size candy bars. So I was like, oh, yeah, definitely
that's
coming
the
back
jackpot.
here every year.
For the 5 to 6 year old kids, that's a jackpot right there.
Yeah, my daughter looked back at me, and she's like, Dad, I got a big Twix. I was like, oh, yeah, they know what I like. She's like, that's not for you. I was like, yeah.
It's a dad tax.
I got to check all the bags. What do you mean? Because my parents used to do it to me, so it's happening to you. My parents used to take all the bags and get what they wanted out first, and then
they said they were checking it. They said they were checking it for safety.
At least
they were
all your
cherry picking.
Reese's, all your Reese's
picking.
pieces for some reason have had a cut in the bag or something.
Yep, that's what I do. It's called the dad tax. I just start stealing shit from my kid. I got to go through everything. I pick out my favorites. You get what's left.
What being that? How old are your kids?
My kid is 11, or gonna be 11 in December.
Oh, do you have what? A boy or girl?
Little girl.
Nice. I got 3, 12, 10. Oh no, sorry, 12, 11, and 9.
I don't envy you.
Yeah, me neither. That's what at least 3 people said tonight while trick or treating. He's like, I hope I was walking past them. I hope you got your shotguns ready. I'm like, oh yeah, got those day one.
Right. Girls are a pain in the ass.
What was she for Halloween this year?
She was on the plane headed down to Orlando.
Oh, nice.
So she's down there right now. I don't remember when they got in. She was that's half the reason I was getting kicked out of this. The back room there was she was trying to FaceTime me. So
nice. She's having a good Halloween, and in Florida in the nice weather.
Oh, she's enjoying that weather. She's enjoying that weather. That's for sure.
That's what she said. Is that it was way warmer down there and humid, but they're going to the ocean tomorrow and it's going to see some alligators or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
100% sure.
famous down here. Going
Well,
alligators.
remember, Tony. We're only there for a couple of days, but we have to make a pilgrimage to White Castle while we're there.
Oh, 100%.
Ew.
What?
Ew.
Oh man, I don't know if I can like you anymore, Sawyer.
I've eaten White Castle in a couple of different places, and every time I eat it, I get sick.
People say that. I don't know. I guess my stomach is just immune to it. It's just a part of my.
Load up
my
on
New
those
You got
Jersey
that iron
sliders.
gut?
Load up
it's
on those
just-
fucking
it's just
sliders.
the New Jersey gut. I get the whole. I forget exactly
Yeah,
what
he
it's
does
called,
have the
but
New
it's like-
Jersey gut, man. He could
30
practically eat nuclear waste and he'd be
It's like
fine.
30 pack. Every time I go
30 pack.
to Orlando, it's like a 30 pack. Oh man.
Well, the Harold and Kumar pack is what you
Yeah,
call it. Yeah,
there
the
you
Harold
go.
and
The
Kumar
big
pack.
old white box of them or whatever. The
Yes.
carry out
Yeah,
box.
it's a big old. Yeah, it's like a suitcase.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's like a child's coffin. It's like huge. It's like crazy. It's just huge.
That's actually what I had before the Yuli fight. That's what I had down there in Vegas. Is we were at a buffet and then I went and ordered White Castle, and that's what I had in the hotel room when I got the call for the Yuli fight. Was I was sitting there mowing those down. Just
Don't
got
you be
sick of
blaming
the shit.
White Castle. White
Actually, the one we're staying at is just down the street from the hotel. Well, not down. It's about 5 or 6 miles away and everything, but it's not too far away from
I'm
there.
going, man.
Yeah,
I'm
me
going
too.
100%.
Me
As soon as-
too.
That's lunch as soon as I get there
Hell
tomorrow.
yeah.
I don't get there
How-
until Thursday, but
How big is the venue that we're at? Do you know?
Not too sure about the Orange County Convention Center.
I mean, I would assume it's huge because
I
it's
would
a
have liked to have been back at the Caribe Royale. You know, we had a good time when we were there. It's a decent one, but I would assume, considering that they're hosting, if the Olympia weekend is hosting there, they only select big venues. So I would assume that the Orange County Convention Center is going to be a decent size. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I drove past it like 2 weeks ago when I went out to Orlando, and it's huge. So yeah.
Are you driving down? Or
I
flying?
am going to be I'm gonna ride down with Matt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Matt's gonna pick me up, and we're gonna head down, and he's gonna bring his.
Normally, I'd be the one. Normally, I'd be the one that'd be.
You left
driving
me,
Tony
Matt.
down. I didn't
you left
leave
me,
you.
Jeff.
I didn't leave you. I didn't leave you.
I know, I'm just kidding.
It sounds like you fucked up, Jeff.
I didn't fuck up, man.
Yeah.
I didn't fuck up.
Man.
I'm a Texan by heart, and I'm a Texan once again. So
He's a Cowboys fan, so
I forgot. You
I
moved
am
back to
not.
Texas.
Don't lay that shit on me. I am not a Cowboys fan. You're a Cowboys fan.
you know it. Who's your team, Sawyer? Oh,
Here,
in and out.
hold on.
Oh,
Clap. Clap on. Clap off.
Oh,
Clap
it was
on.
all that. It was all the Cowboys talk.
You know what? I knew you'd eventually fuck over a guest with all that Cowboys talk. We'll get him
all
back
good.
on.
But anyway, yep. So yeah, so he's got a amazing fight this week. I can't wait for that. But how's it been out there in Texas so far? There he is.
I wasn't about to answer because I knew he was going to come right back on. Yeah.
The kid was calling me. I was trying to get it. She's FaceTiming me, and I couldn't figure out how to get it off the screen, and gave me anxiety there.
Dad's
For a second.
working.
I was like,
All
It's all
right. Well,
good.
I think we've taken up enough of Sawyer's time tonight. I think that we need to
Yeah.
make sure that he gets some rest. You need to get some rest. You got family that you got to go see. So again, as always, Sawyer, I mean, thank you for coming on very last minute, talking to us about the fight, talking to us about what's going on with your family. As always, Tony knows that we love to give everybody who's on here the opportunity to thank their friends, thank their family, thank their sponsors, anybody who helped you in the journey to get you to Orlando. All you, bro. Go for it.
I got to thank my family. I got Jason Zankgraf. He's my coach right now. He's been working with me the last 2-3 fights. We've known each other for 10 years now. And then I got to thank Jackson Wink. They've been doing a lot for me. So what is it? Jackson Wink Worldwide now? I'm not 100% sure. They just switched everything over, got new logos. So I got to thank them too, because they're working with me pretty well too. So thanks everybody. Have a good night.
Yep,
All
shout
right.
out to them. And yeah, we appreciate you coming on. I will interview with you again right after the weigh-ins. If you have a second or two, normally at the weigh-ins, The 12 o'clock ones at the hotel. I generally, anybody who wants to come on for, whatever, 2-3 minutes and just say how they're feeling or what's up or whatever. So if you want to jump on, I'll definitely give you the opportunity to sit down and do that. But yeah, man, excited to see you. I'll see you Thursday, or we'll see you Thursday at the weigh-ins, and can't wait to see you fight again.
All righty, we'll be seeing you guys later.
All right, travel safe, brother.
Bye.
Peace.
All right, Mr. Sawyer DP looking good, feeling confident, on weight, on point, ready to rock and roll at the Orange County Convention Center on Friday. Getting back to what you were talking about, Tony, Texas is, it's funny. It's familiar, but the weather automatically I miss, because the weather automatically I do miss to a degree. I don't miss the humidity as much, because, it's interesting. Southern Texas, a lot of people felt that was on kind of like the same wavelength as far as humidity with Florida. But Florida is a little bit more humid than Texas, for the most part. But I miss my $1 million view from my condo. But in the end, there's so many comforts that I've already Texas comforts that I've reconnected with in the few days that I've been home. And after reconnecting with those Texas comforts, I am positive that I made the right decision.
Yeah, you got to go back home to the family. That's what's most important.
Yeah, we got a family situation going down that unfortunately, that required me to return to Texas and such. And I had a great time in the 2 years that I was with Florida. I have no regrets. I got to live on the beach for 2 years. Some people never get to do that their entire lives. So overall, I'm happy, man. I'm happy. But most of all, I'm going to tell you, I can't believe that I'm back in Loudmouth Central over here, man. I got my home base back, man. I feel so much more comfortable doing shows, doing Bones to Dome, anything that I got to do for you guys. I'm so much happier that I get to do it here at Loudmouth Central.
You know it. And let's take a second real quick to shout out our sponsors, because we got a beautiful picture of the new mats from Billboard Mats that are coming out this week. And Jeff, I did talk to our boy Tommy. He didn't get a chance to edit your
get the
photo,
new one, huh?
but I did send him a picture, and for the next mats, he's going to make sure to switch it to the Bkfc. Yeah, good. But boom, there's the new mat for this Friday night. Got all the champs on there. Misfit, Kai. Who's that? Dotson, Lorenzo, Lewis, Mundell, the newly crowned champ. Damn, I can't believe I'm having a brain fart. God damn it! What the hell is his name?
Richardson.
Keith Richardson. There you go, and the one and only Britton Hart.
Wow! Look at the one with Luis Palomino, man. Luis has got the old.
He got the old school belt.
He got the old school giant, the square belt. Speaking of which, I'm gonna take a side tangent for just a second, because our president David Feldman has been putting out there some crazy ass designs for the BKFC King of Violence Championship that he's gonna be unveiling, and that championship obviously is going to be contested in our main event at BKFC 56. I was so excited. I was so excited when that got announced, that we got Eddie Alvarez and Platinum Mike Perry. And now we're going to find out who is the baddest man when it comes to bare knuckle as far as that, and the King of Violence. And he came out with a couple of belt schemes. He came out with a couple of ideas on them. The one that I loved the best was the one where the fist was punching through and it had the little crown on the top. I like the crown. I like the crown on the top, because the crown on the top kind of reminds me of the old school NWA big gold belt that had a crown right there at the top.
Yeah, I think that was the second choice B. I think that's
B.
the one that I went with too. B.
Me too.
That was the nicest one.
I think so too.
Definitely, yeah. That's gonna be a cool belt. I like the whole concept, and then.
Well, I mean, if the UFC can get away with the BMF belt, I see no reason why we can't have the BKFC King of Violence.
Yeah, and then another one of our before I forget, another one of our sponsors. Boom, Leafy 8. Make sure you check them out while you're in Orlando. They're located in Orlando. They have 2 shops out there. Our boy Matt is out there with Leafy 8, and he will be bringing some products to the weigh-ins. Nice. And we'll be giving them away, and he'll have a nice little pack for me and you, and some T-shirts and jackets and everything. So I don't know if you noticed my jacket from the last fight, that was from them, and hat. So he's got a lot of cool stuff.
I definitely need the jacket. I definitely need the jacket and the hat. But we love Matt. Matt has been around with Bkfc for a very, very long time. He has always been a Bkfc fan. He has gotten involved on so many different levels. And now, as being a True Blue sponsor with Bones to Domes, we truly appreciate Leafy 8, 100%.
You know it. I need those good CBD products to get me back relaxed.
Everybody needs that, man. Everybody needs that. I'd rather have it that way than any other way, recreational wise. So, send them our way, brother. Send them our way.
So he will be there. I know they got a VIP section, so there's no actual tables. I know they got 8 seats right in the front. So make sure you guys go up, check him out, talk to him. Anybody who wants to come, I'm going to go to the shop. Probably after the weigh-in, and go try out some new products. So
yeah, I think I might head over there with you.
It'll be a good time.
I think I might head over with you. And he's got a wide array of products on top of that.
Oh yeah, they have everything from vapes to oils to just anything that you can think of. They have gummies, everything, powders. So make sure you check them out. That's Leafy. Got That Leafy on Instagram.
Got That Leafy. Nice. I like that.
So,
I like that.
Yeah, but that's Leafy. About it, man.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to close it out. Guys, for those of you who are able to tune into us, thank you very much. We'll have the replay up very shortly. Hopefully next week that we will be back on Facebook Live or, something along those lines. And I'm sure, Tony, that we will be releasing our guests for next week's very shortly.
Yes, I'll do that tomorrow. You know what? Actually, I'll do it from the weigh-ins. I'll go ahead and release the new flyers when we do the weigh-in show. So, yeah, we'll see who we have on. It's a surprise to me too. So
I like that. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. Mr. Live Worldwide, DJ Tony, Bones to Domes. This has been our Halloween edition. We apologize for the lack of the costumes, but we're dressed up in here. So that's what matters.
I got a Halloween shirt on,
Yeah.
Creeping it real.
Creeping it real. All right.
All right, man.
Check. Like I said, if you have not, if you did not tune to us right now, make sure to check out. We'll have the replay set up very soon. Happy to be back in Texas. Happy to be back on Bones to Domes, and we're going to keep it going every single week, and we're going to keep it going for you, the fight fans. And trust me, eventually we're going to have more shit to talk about than just fights. I promise you that.
You know it. Until Thursday, everybody have a good night and safe rest of your Halloween. Peace.
Bones to Domes, boy, the intention is not to hurt you, it's to murk you. If you go against me in the square circle, let my hands do the talking, I let you do the verbal. Eat this knuckle sandwich that a chico about to serve you. Better listen up, the other team been talking tough. DJ Tony grab the mic, cause this dude will not shut up. Ain't no standing name count, but I think I've had enough. In the famous words of Jeff Houston, time to knuckle up. Bones to Domes, it's time to knuckle up. Bones to Domes, it's time to knuckle up. Take me up, I've been throwing uppercuts. Bones to Domes podcast, turn me up. It's time to knuckle up. You know it. With DJ Tony, it's time to knuckle up. Jeff Houston, it's time to knuckle up. I am Vince Serrano.
It's all about you.
Youngest in the yacht club.
It's time to knuckle up. It's about how you make yourself different from the rest.
It's time to knuckle up. It's time to knuckle up.